Добар ден, господјо Бојаниќ. Насилството врз жените и девојчињата е широко распространето во светот. Каква порака се испраќа со годинишната кампања 16 дена активизам против родово базирано насилство и во која насока канцеларијата на УНДП во земјава им помага на жртвите, но и на институциите во справувањето?
Thank you very much for coming. Yes, UNDP is already for a decade part of this global movement, global campaign of 16 days activism against gender-based violence against women and girls. It's very important globally to raise awareness about this important issue, and UNDP uses the opportunity to promote awareness, but also raise with different groups all the activities that we are doing, promote them and increasingly work with them.
За време на пандемијата UNDP помогна за креирање на апликација на мобилен телефон со која жртвите можат многу побрзо да го пријават насилството. Колку оваа апликација се користи, но и генерално конкретно кои други мерки, активности ги преземаше UNDP изминатиот период?
What you mentioned, the application and some other activities go under this immediate support. So during the pandemics, there was a noticeable increase in gender-based violence, and together with the Ministry of Labour and Social Policy, we launched this mobile application with the aim to make it easier for women to report domestic violence. We have more than 2,000 users registered, and this application has been used not only during the pandemics, but it continues to be used. However, we also work on other types of support, and what we will with pleasure launch on the 6th of December is this counseling center in Radović. That's a result of a joint effort, intermunicipal cooperation between Radović and Konče municipalities, and it's financed by the Bureau for Regional Development. And this is going to be the first center in Radović that will be providing targeted services to gender-based violence victims. I think it's very important and an obligation according to the Istanbul Convention to provide equal access to women to these type of services, which are not only related to prevention, but they are also promoting this psychosocial support to victims. Something that is becoming more and more important in the world that we have also to consider in North Macedonia is support not only to victims but to the perpetrators, because they are also in need of support, however ironic that sounds and looks.
Што ќе им порачате на жените, како да се справат, што да преземат кога се почувствуваат загрозени од ваков вид на насилство, но и на институциите? Што треба да преземат, што треба да подобрат за да им помогнат на жртвите на насилство и да имаат подобри услови во оваа борба?
I think it's important that these centers, the counseling centers, are not an exception but the rule, and that more and more municipalities, because that's in the domain of the local governments, that they establish this type of centers, that we have more professionals who are able to provide support, and as I was saying, not to always look from the side of the victim but also from the side of the perpetrator. But I think something that is long-term very important is to work on three fronts. One is to economically empower women. Second is to work on the traditional norms, which are still prevalent and causing certain behaviors of women. And third is to work from unpaid to actually transform unpaid work into care economy. So when I talk about the first thing in terms of the economic empowerment, I think that only economically independent women can actually afford to leave a relationship in which they don't feel either safe or comfortable. So through our different programs, we are supporting entrepreneurship in general, but we are also making targeted efforts to support women, because by certain statistical data, unfortunately, the equality in these terms of labor and economic empowerment is still not present in North Macedonia. And I do have certain statistic here that I would like to mention, which talks about the number of economically inactive population. 63%, or almost 2/3, are women. Then when we talk about the absorption of financial instruments, only 25% of all individual loan recipients are women. The employment rate of women is 39%, which is significantly lower than that of men, which is 60%. And we also have only 30% of businesses owned by women. So when we have this type of situation, we really need to make targeted action to equalize this before we can talk about, equal approach to men and women.
Ви благодарам многу за интервјуто.
Thank you.